They ain't get they didn't get, they wasn't about to give no pass, and they went with they move.
And this ain't even to be funny neither. I don't think y'all be understanding what's going on in Chicago, man. And the type of steppers it's breeding. Them niggas a different type of stepper, man. And one thing I don't think y'all be understanding, man, is these dudes, they do it in a manner as to where the majority of these niggas not getting caught. Let me point this out to y'all. For them to pull up in dark time, okay, it's three, okay, you know you got the youngin', you know you got the lady, and you know you got THF TP. They all walking close to each other. So if you let go of that blicky wrong, you run the risk of hitting any one of them for real. But the fact that they pulled up, bop, bop, he dropped, boom, they got up on top of him, bop, 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 bop. That just lets you...
Yeah. Got my nigga T's in this bitch. Midwest UGK, nigga. You already know. Yeah. I said my hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. This 100-round drummy. It'll knock a nigga right down. My dope on my scale. It be knocking watch lights out. My spot do be booming. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. My hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle.
We got this segment. We're gonna talk about a lot because you know that's what we do in the streets. So we're gonna, you know what I mean? We're gonna do what we do. And
yeah, make sure y'all pipe us all the way up, man. We gonna need 100 likes, at least 50, 100 likes, 50, 100 likes on this, man. Like this up, subscribe to the channel, man. It's time for that culture for the streets. We really finna break down what's going on in the culture, man, because it's a lot of stuff that's going on in the culture, not just hip hop. You gotta understand, it's a lot of things that's tied to the culture. That's why we say we the culture for the streets, because when we talk about culture, we're not just talking about music. We talking about our community. We talking about politics. We talking about everything that's relevant to the culture, man.
that's a fact. And on this segment, you know, we're gonna talk about THF TP, condolences to him. We're gonna talk about Kiddo, you know what I mean? We're gonna talk about Boosie, Usher. We're gonna go to Club Shay Shay. You feel me? We're gonna go a couple places on this segment, bro. But first off, we're gonna kick it off. We gotta start off by saying rest in peace to THF TP, man. The reason why it's an intense subject is because the way these steppers handle that situation, they didn't care nothing about children, you know what I mean? Which is very disrespectful. You gotta be a real cold dude to take somebody's life in front of their children, man. Rest in peace to Camouflage. Rest in peace, you know,
To everybody that went out like that, because you know what happened to THF TP was horrible. Yeah. But you gotta we gotta acknowledge the fact that this type of stuff didn't happen to a lot of people. It's been a lot of situations where a lot of kids came up on the short end of the broom because of something that they didn't even have nothing to do. They just was outside being kids. You see what I'm saying? And that's where the morals and the principles and the rules to the game. That's why I feel like the whole game thing, this image the game gives out, I feel like all of that. Whereas when I was young, I looked at it like, okay, when to some people, when family was broken at home, the streets was the family. That's today, it looks like that. But it's just at that time when we was thugging, there was so many things that we would have went and did, but it was so many things that we just wouldn't have done because of the circumstances at that moment. So to see THF TP get did like he did, literally the youngin is sitting 2-3 feet away from this man while they standing over this man, doing the laundry on this man. Not to mention the other person in the video, which you can't really throw a knock on them because what do you? I mean, it's a hard thing to deal with. It's a harsh reality. But to see them run off without they seed affected me just as bad as seeing them niggas do what they did to THF TP in front of the kid. Because how do you leave the kid?
I mean, like I said, you don't supposed to leave a child. If I'm going, if I die protecting this child, then if that's the way God want me to come home, so be it. But I'm not gonna leave this child to run for her life by herself when I'm the guardian. I'm the parent. That's just me.
You the protector.
Exactly. Like that child is gonna say, like, when that happened to my dad, I was running by myself. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would never let my child be able to tell nobody no story like that. Let me knock on wood. But I'm just saying that's what they did to the child. I'm not even talking about THF TP, but what y'all did to that child, bro, y'all wrong. That child is gonna suffer from PTSD, probably gonna have to take classes. You know what I mean? Like that was.
See, this the thing, cuz once again, to condolences to THF TP family, THF Zoo and all of them, because we know how this go when you lose one on your side in the process of smoke outside.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we don't know the depths of how far THF TP was really outside in the street. So to see niggas do him like that, it had to been serious. He didn't have to have contributed to something just as messed up for them to consider, to not reconsider what they was doing. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if what he did was something that you could have gone ahead and we just gonna ride past this time, cuz. But next time we gonna eat him up. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Evidently, whatever THF TP did, it was that serious. He was into it that serious with his ops that they said, you know what? We don't care about that lady. We don't care about that youngin out there right there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's all the way up. They wasn't about to give no pass, and they went with their move.
And this ain't even to be funny neither. I don't think y'all be understanding what's going on in Chicago, man. And the type of steppers is breeding. Them niggas a different type of stepper, man. And one thing I don't think y'all be understanding, man, is these dudes, they do it in a manner as to where the majority of these niggas not getting caught. Let me point this out to y'all. For them to pull up in dark time, okay, it's 3, okay, you know you got the youngin', you know you got the lady, and you know you got THF TP. They all walking close to each other. So if you let go of that blicky wrong, you run the risk of hitting any one of them for real. But the fact that they pulled up, bop, bop, he dropped, boom, they got up on top of him, bop, 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 bop. That just lets you know, bruh, these niggas ain't just steppers. These niggas professional shooters too, because these niggas hit shit on a button.
They standing on shit. I mean, they standing on stuff. You feel me?
We not talking about a whole bunch of niggas that jump out with the switch and and now a nigga walking knock-kneed because he took 17 shots to the leg. These niggas jump out of cars, walk you down, put them all in your face, and you 30, 40 feet away, they know, nigga, 2 shots to the back of the head from 50 shots, from 50 yards. These niggas, they shoot like they go to the shooting range, nigga. Nigga, I don't think people be paying attention. It ain't just that these young niggas outside sliding.
They do it like professionals.
These niggas do it like professionals.
They lay it down.
We watch most Chicago niggas go to Cook County for getting caught with the blicky than we do going to jail for putting a nigga in a sleeping bag, man.
I mean, you gotta out there, you gotta be ready to slang it at all times.
In his situation, I don't know if he had no blick on him or not. But when you're not paying attention sometimes, all it takes is a half a second, a half of a second, a half of a tenth of a second for you not to be paying attention to yourself lacking and somebody catching you lacking, and everything can go south, bruh. Duck had a blicky. He had a blicky with a broom hanging out of it when they blew down on him. Rest in peace, FBG Duck, but he died with the blicky.
That's a fact.
Just because you got a blicky don't ensure that you gonna stay alive, nigga.
It's all about who get it up first.
And he was comfortable, and they slid. He wasn't paying attention, and they got him, bruh.
And let me say this. I did my research on THF TP, and the first thing I did, a video that stood out from all of them, name of the song was called Bus Stop. Mm-hmm. Now, we know when it come down to these names like this,
and these
when it come down to these, right.
They not even in Chicago, they're not even disses. This is ensuring that the smoke gonna be up and it's stuck when you do this. This ain't no song. These niggas put them out as songs, but outside looking in, look at it like a song. Nigga, somebody gonna get put in a sleeping bag behind them songs.
Mm-hmm. This is the same bus stop that LaDirt was at when he said, "You see this bus stop right here? Mm-hmm. This bus stop right here famous." And condolences to Lamar, but that's where Lamar from Young Money was killed at the bus stop allegedly. Mm-hmm. And everything we saying is entertainment purposes. So
I mean, it's documented, so we don't even have to allege it. You know what I mean? It's documented. These are things you can go look up for yourself. They documented, so you know what I mean?
But at the same time, while I'm looking at the comments, you got, when it come down to keeping it real, these boys put names and addresses in the comments about who did what.
And that's what changed.
And they said everything. THF TP had, he was in that car. You feel me? So
that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I don't know the depths of how far deep in the street THF TP was. But one thing I do know is just like KTS Vine or KTS Dre, whichever one that was that got shot, down the street from the county jail.
Right.
60-something times. For somebody to shoot you that many times, you prepared to stand there for at least a minute and don't even be worried about getting caught. You hate this nigga that bad.
Mm-hmm.
To be took away, to lose your life at that type of extreme, you have to have had done something.
Right. They blew
that
the man
was that
up.
Serious that they wanted to do you that bad, bruh. One thing spectators that ain't from the streets need to understand, sometimes when you see certain things happen to people that we know for sure aren't innocent living people, Your ass don't necessarily know what the fuck they done went and did to somebody for somebody to jump out and be that merciless toward them, far as not having no sympathy for their life.
I mean, THF TP, he was one of them ones that he was dissing the dead, smoking Tuka. God bless the dead, the Tuka. You know what I mean?
And that's a messed up. And us seeing him go like he did was messed up. But at the same time, who's to say he didn't take part in something just like that, though? Who's to say he ain't been in the car with some niggas they pull up? It's a girl, it's a youngin', and it's the nigga they looking for, and they still get him. We don't know that.
Facts.
A street nigga know how to look at this picture, but as a civilian, you just gonna look at it like it was just dead wrong. Yes, it's dead wrong because we endangering our young, like they collateral damage, and nobody innocent should ever be collateral damage, bro.
That's a fact.
And we still stuck to this subject, but not to get off no type of subject, because what happened to THF TP and so many other dudes in Chicago far as losing their life leads us to this situation with 051 Kiddo and why he in jail now for having the blicky. If you from Chicago or you from anywhere where the violence and the gang culture affects the community that much, and it's that dangerous outside, and you living in it and you taking part in it, you almost have to go to jail with the gun. Because without it, you risking your life. So having it and getting caught with it, you still breathing after you get caught with it. Getting caught without it, you can end up just like THF TP, nigga. If you don't got it, and who want to go out like that? So they gonna take the risk of getting knocked with the blicky before they take the risk of getting their head knocked off, bruh. And niggas want to knock 051 Kiddo head off too. So I'm not gonna get on this motherfucker and be like, well, you know that what he shouldn't have, he can't, nigga. If I'm in 051 Kiddo situation, I'm gonna rather get caught with this motherfucker too before they catch me, because I know how they gonna do me though. Police gonna take a nigga to jail. They gonna stand over. These other niggas gonna stand over me though. Is he like and it's not just 051 Kiddo. Any nigga that come from the streets is in that situation.
051 Kiddo is probably luckily to be in jail, because right after it happened, of course, he went on his live stream and this THF TP, this Huncho, Tay Savage, you know, he dissed all his enemies.
Right.
But see this the thing. By him being locked up in Kankakee, he probably didn't think that he would run into his ops in there. And
I disagree with you on that, because it's just like being in Georgia. If you go, okay, you from Augusta, but if you go down to Macon or Columbus, Georgia, or any other city that's moving and shaking, and you catch a case down there, either which way it go, you gonna end up in the prison system, even if it ain't just the county jail system that gets you in. You see what I'm saying? You still in your state, so you still run the risk of bumping into your ops because you still in your state when you commit these crimes. Everybody know most of the Chicago niggas, they kicking in this Kankakee. Nigga King Von rap about Kankakee, Dirt rap about Kankakee. Nigga, Kankakee is like a place where Chicago niggas go. And evidently 051 ain't stupid enough to not think so, because he had the blickies with him and in Kankakee, nigga.
True. But the thing is, when he went to jail, he didn't know that he was gonna run into Big 60. And D-Rose sister or whoever that's running his page, they confirmed it. Like, when he went in there, he got smushed. And they saying this dude, Big 60, you know, he from 600, he BD, and it's the same dude that got on Lil J ass. You feel me? Had Lil J jumping over the rail and broke his leg. So whoever this dude is, he pressure.
I'm talking about extra pressure because Lil J ain't no little dude. So for Lil J to jump off with, let me emphasize that, because for Lil J to jump off with top range, in jail, trying to get away from a nigga, just let you know how dangerous a motherfucker was. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Period. Ain't no way around that.
He one of them ones for sure.
He one of them ones. He one of them ones, nigga. Period.
He was on the phone with Duty Low, you know what I mean, laughing it like, shoot, he ain't playing. And the ops come through the door, he's sending their ass to medical.
But you can't expect him to feel no type of way. He done lost homeboys to these people. He ain't on the streets to be able to rock out. So when he see them come through the door, this my opportunity to stand front line for my side. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, you might have took one, but guess what? You finna get pressed in here, and he putting down, because this ain't the first time he done been in the algorithm for doing something to a nigga that his side and they side into it. So evidently this nigga stomped down pressure, especially in the jail system.
Right. That nigga name registered. Heavy, you know what I mean? And Kiddo, what make it so bad, he not even paying attention. He so burnt out. He ain't realizing, like, bro, if I go to prison, man, one of these niggas, they might just steal off on me. Somebody ain't go to the store that got access to one of the guys. Bro, every time they see you, they on your ass in the child hall. It could be church.
And his money ain't long enough, bro.
Man.
To fight that.
Woo.
They got a big enough bag on the op side to put up and really literally have you uncomfortable your whole bed.
A sheet of mojo paper, man, they'll hang that nigga ass up in the day room.
And that's the situation you put yourself in, just being a street nigga. We know how this go. Whether you just a gangster, a gang member, or a street nigga outside hustling, the streets is inside the jail system too. So when you do commit these crimes and you end up back in jail, you still in the streets, bruh. So the issues that's in the streets, you still got them same issues in jail with the same sides of people you have it that is up and is stuck with, because they in jail too, nigga. I hope don't no Crips think when you go to prison ain't no blood.
Real shit. And your ops got money to send, the cash out that money up in there, man, boy.
And you did some of the most disrespectful things. And then we know you to be a convicted felon, and we know how the feds pick up them cases. You see what I'm saying? So now that you locked up in Kankakee, might not be, you might be sitting there just like a fish on a hook, because the feds probably finna come pick that up, then take you to whatever what's they thing called, MCI or something like that. Then you finna go wherever that's at, because I know they got a Fed building in Chicago. Then you finna go to the feds, and you still have to deal with the same issue because you have issues over there.
It's gonna be.
It's just too much.
It's gonna be rough for that boy.
It's gonna be rough for that dude, man. Yeah. But it's not just him. It's any nigga that want to live like him and think it's cool to be as disrespectful as him. Because you got to understand, man, you reap what you sow. Like they say, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. You live by the gang, you die by the gang.
Real talk. He already know them boys got them bone crushers in there. They not finna play with you.
And I don't think a lot of niggas that don't understand, if you ain't a nigga that stand on your own 10 feet, principles for self. When your ass go to jail, you might not always be with your group. It's you as a motherfucking man. You still gonna have to stand on the line, the front line, the same motherfucking way, nigga.
Real shit.
So don't think while you out here having fun taunting your ops and shit that the tables can't turn and you be the nigga that's the minority in the situation of the problem, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look what happened to 051 Kiddo. He been laughing and ain't no peace and them niggas suckers and a nigga the black nigga. And the first thing happened, first week you go to jail, you get beat up. But in all your videos, you been stone cold stepping. A nigga ain't going, and a nigga bet not. As soon as you get to jail, all the shit you said, a nigga bet not do and happen to you. You wish the nigga would, and he did.
That's how I go. Now on to the next, bro. We got to talk about Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps, bro. So Mike Epps go on his stand. He go up on his stand-up comedy show. Put out a false narrative, said that Shannon Sharpe reached out to him and he was like, he don't want to go on that gay ass show. This nigga looking like Madea, looking at Cat Williams balls. Whoop the whoop. A lot of people didn't find it funny, even though he's telling the joke. They didn't find it funny. Okay. Shannon Sharpe addressed the situation saying, like, you know, I get your joke on, I understand that, but why you lie on my name saying that I jumped in your inbox when I got receipts that you came in my inbox wanting to do an interview? You just mad that Cat Williams didn't bring your name up in the interview. So Shannon Sharpe said that, you know, he was coming out there to All-Star Weekend, and, you know, since he's saying this, that, and the third about him, when he see him, he gonna see us, he about what he talking about. So Mike Epps responds like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna take back what I said. I did hop in his inbox or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? That's a true statement. But at the same time, you could come on out here All-Star Weekend, but I ain't doing no fighting. It's gonna be pow, pow, pow. So make a long story short, makes a post and said, you know what I mean? He apologized to everybody, and him and Mike Epps, they gonna talk like men, and
as it should have went in the first place. Because
exactly.
let's be honest, we over this social media platform. If we grown, act fucking grown. The problem now on all these social media platforms, whether you a celebrity, a rapper, an entertainer, a comedian, a regular motherfucker, an Instagram model, whatever, everybody use social media for their emotional crutch.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't be like that, because that's turning your reality into a virtual. Because real life issues shouldn't be dealt with in a digital manner.
I agree. I agree to the fullest. So shout out to them men showing the rest of the world this how it's supposed to go. Because everybody want to put a battery in somebody's back and make everybody crash out.
Because we push negativity more than we do positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Positivity get overlooked because we surf the internet. Let's just be honest. We don't even surf the internet for positivity.
Not at all.
Really, nobody does.
That's
why positivity. So we play just as much fault as anybody else, because at the end of the day, we more or less always pick and choose and observe and survey and got perspective on all negative shit. It's people graduating from college, getting master's degrees, being successful, creating generational wealth, come home from jail, changing their life, all kind of shit.
Yeah.
We don't talk about none of that shit.
We don't watch positive movies either.
We show sympathy for street niggas that been doing shit that get you killed.
But I can say we different than the most because we step out of our body and we touch on other subjects too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm just talking about in general. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
these platforms promote more negativity, and that's why even in rap you see more negativity being pushed than you see 1,000 more J. Cole's, then 1,000 more Talib Kweli's and most depths. Them get overshadowed because everybody want the nigga that play or live by the image of I'm the street nigga. Everybody want to tell the same story.
Mm-hmm. Just a different way.
Just a different way. When it's that same story that take you away from your family, take your friends away, put niggas getting put in sleeping bags, you ducking bullets, might have to give a nigga, but it's a whole bunch of stress and misery. Why would you want to glorify happily?
Right.
The shit that be chipping away at your life, my nigga.
And
now you 16, you 17, you 15. Okay, I understand why you glorify it in a fun manner. You're still a kid. But when your ass old enough to go buy a bottle from the store, you look stupid glorifying that dumb shit, man.
And we gotta touch up on Joe Budden checking Castanet. Am I saying it right? Castanet?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Shout out to Killer Mike, cause this would all this stem to.
Shout out Joe Budden too, and shout out Castanet too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Castanet did a live stream, and you know, everybody know when it comes down to streaming or doing regular videos, you gotta have charisma. You feel me? You just can't have a boring video. You gotta have some energy. And when it came on, Castanet was like, okay, shout out to Killer Mike, you know what I mean, for the 3-peat. But who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I mean? And how the fuck did he win over Utopia? You know what I mean? Which is Travis Scott album. And you got some people saying, like, how did he win over KD3? And how did he win over God Don't Make Mistakes by Conway? You know what I mean? And he basically was like, I've never heard nobody say, let's get in the car and play Killer Mike. And Joe Budden told him, like, basically, like, shut the fuck up. That's what's wrong with you little niggas. Y'all think this streaming bullshit determines awards.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you young niggas got it wrong. It's still grown folks in the game still making music, still making classical music. Y'all forgetting that the music set, the rap sales went down 40% last year.
And music is dumbed down. Ain't no messaging. It's just shoot them up, bang, bang, go to jail, die.
My point
That's
is
the message, nigga.
Real talk.
And one thing about Castanet that he don't realize, you got to keep in mind, you got to factor in the fact that this nigga's young. He don't know nothing. Mm-hmm. He don't know nothing that came out after 2000, nigga.
Right.
He probably don't even know what came out in 2000 if he's 25 years old, bro. Think about it. You wasn't even listening to music till probably 06.
Mm-hmm.
You probably didn't understand who you was listening to till 2010.
He got a lot to learn.
Killer Mike come from the 90s. We don't expect your young dumb ass to know who Killer Mike is. Nigga, it's nigga Killer Mike age don't know who the fuck you is, nigga.
True.
Cause they don't watch Twitch all goddamn day.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to pay homage, because at the same time, just like Killer Mike can't get on the stream and just do the shit you do, nigga, if you got to go in the studio and outperform Killer Mike, you can't do it. And half the niggas that you salute and respect in the rap game in the younger generation ain't got no damn awards coming, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
None. No Grammy, no best rap album. Nigga, they ain't even gonna get a BET award. Fuck is you talking about?
And Travis Scott was so mad he went to slamming chairs on top of speakers, like he threw a whole tantrum because a 48-year-old came out of nowhere and hit their ass with a 3-peat.
But who listens to the music? See, one thing about awards and numbers is the people it touches. One thing about the older people, they still living off of organic
Substance.
substance and organic base of fans. So when they dropping, you're not looking at, oh, they really only did 100,000. They paid for some fake, numbers. So that's why it looked like he did 4.7 million. Nigga, them is people that still to this day, if No Limit get together and go on tour, everybody that lived the No Limit days going to the tour, including me. Cash Money, Dipset, Wu-Tang, man, them type of people, they made a moment in hip hop and it solidified the rest of their life.
Facts.
And when they hit that stage and they do something that they did 30 years ago, today, the people in the crowd get to relive that moment with them. Nigga, fuck is you talking about? Because 10 years from now, we not gonna give a fuck about the fact that you was the most streamed nigga on Twitch.
That's a fact.
Nor will you be able to come back out after 10 years and do something special all because you just a streaming nigga on Twitch.
And Killer Mike did something dope. Killer Mike went live and offered him to come to
this nigga talking about. That nigga disrespectful, nigga. Killer Mike ran around with Outkast, the Dungeon Family, people that you considered automatic legends today, nigga.
Did a Jay-Z feature on We Be Poppin' Tags on the
Tyson, that the same type of nigga that'll argue with you that Lil Uzi Vert better than Jay-Z. He from that generation, bruh.
Right. And like I said, Killer Mike offered him to come to a listening party and check out the album because the album sale just increased 700,000.
And not even just come to the listening party just to hear the music. Come to the listening party to see how many people support what I do. So you can understand that just because you ain't been paying attention don't mean I ain't one of them niggas, nigga.
Right. That's a fact.
And it's gonna take shit like that because I'm sick of like the younger generation. We salute them for so many things, getting money, being able to be young bosses, being young CEOs, young entrepreneurs. Like they game changers. Whereas back in the day, 20, 30 years ago in rap, when you was that young in the game as an artist, you couldn't hold that status because the labels wasn't gonna let you.
Right.
We see it abundant and we salute that, but for some reason you don't see the younger generation paying homage to the niggas that did it before them.
No, they don't.
You wouldn't be rapping right now if it wasn't for the niggas before you. Breaking barriers, being able to break certain barriers to where they going to court and shit about these trying to censor their music and all that shit. You wouldn't even be able to say what the fuck you want to say today if it wasn't for certain niggas.
Now, we got to talk about Boosie calls out Usher before the 2024 Super Bowl performance with Alicia Keys. Now, everybody, they was making their little memes saying that Usher is the Mr. Steal Your Girl, whoop, 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 whoop. But me and you understand the job as entertainers, but some people still haven't caught on yet because they don't understand Hollywood. And we know Boosie is an outspoken dude or whatever, but everybody took him out in the comments because he tagged the man and said, Usher, come on, man, you dead wrong. I think Swiss Beats deserve an apology. You know that man married. And everybody went to taking Boosie out, saying like, "Come on, man, this is entertainment, bro."
And it's one of the biggest moments. That's bigger than Alicia Keys and him just doing the show somewhere. They at the fucking Super Bowl.
Right. They got paid good.
This ain't 50,000 people. It's more like 50 million people tuned in.
Mm-hmm.
You have to entertain them. For them to feel an R&B moment at a football game, you have to bring the R&B moment to life. So the people that's watching this shit through the TV can go from rooting and wearing the jersey and having the helmet on and to living that 30 minutes with them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't be understanding what's going on. I think Boosie just be wanting to speak sometimes just to draw some type of attention, keep yourself in the algorithm. That's cool too. But trust and believe, if it was an issue with Swiss Beats, I'm pretty sure Swiss Beats would have dealt with it accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
He don't need no nigga speaking up
for his wife
like he's speaking up for him.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, I ain't insecure, so why is you speaking up for me? You sound insecure, bruh. So if I'm not an insecure nigga, why is you pegging me to be insecure by saying some shit like that?
Right. I ain't no sucker. I don't need you tagging me about my wife.
All I'm saying is if you don't want nobody in your relationship, stay out of other people's.
Like he said, bro, this is the entertainment world, man.
Nigga, in the last 6 months, we done watched Usher dance with a lot of niggas' broads. We ain't heard about him actually drilling none of them.
Right. It's a bag, man. A bag involved.
He was on stage with Summer Walker all in her face. You ain't see big Lil Meech making stats and posts, man. Usher, man. This BMF, nigga, don't be, nigga.
Yeah.
I have my dad put. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about that. He understand what that is.
Yeah, he know the assignment. They understood the assignment for the awards, bro.
Boosie just love to speak his mind, bro. And sometimes I think Boosie speak up before he think about what he finna say.
Mm-hmm. Because one thing about it, like I told a nigga on Facebook when he shared it, I said, if you don't want your old lady to be an entertainer, then don't let her go to Hollywood, bro. Because when you go to Hollywood, it's
you're not gonna make it.
You're not
gonna make it.
You gotta jump out your body to get that bag. Ain't nothing basic cable about Hollywood at all.
No, it ain't. It definitely ain't. And a lot of people don't think that, but we gotta expect that from people that don't understand Hollywood. But we with Boosie, he's supposed to know this.
True.
Because he been in that world
too long.
20-something years. You know how this shit go. But once again, Boosie also know the tool of media and social media.
Right.
And in a situation where Boosie being one of these big names in the Super Bowl setting, you're not one of the big names. It's the Alicia Keys, it's the Ushers, it's them. That's a different tier of superstar.
Right.
You're not the big person. How do you fit in? Saying something like that so everybody talk about you in a moment when they wasn't thinking about you.
He said an album on the way.
Boosie know what he's doing, man.
It's an album on the way. I think on the 2nd next month.
People need to stop and stop forgetting that Boosie get a bag off of just speaking. Because of the way you able to monetize social media. Y'all just fall for it all the time.
Like you said, he know how to control the internet, just like Finesse know how to control it.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, they know how to shake it and then step back.
Like he good at shaking the table, bro.
Boosie
good at that every time. They ain't took 7, 8, 9 Instagrams for nothing.
Right.
That's Mr. Make a new Instagram for show right there.
But this all we got for y'all on this episode of It's Time for That Culture for the Streets, man. Y'all know what it is, man. The latch off the door and it's on the floor. You did.
Pipe us all the way up in them likes, man. As many likes, as many comments as possible. Nigga, let's go, man. It's time for that culture for the streets, man. And we are the culture for the streets. We's nothing like these other niggas, man.
At all.
We out.